rolling. Okay. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
We're going to say double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's hopeful elect. So, the news really just came out today. What's today, the 21st?
Yeah.
The 21st, as you all probably have seen, Joe Biden has stepped down, or he's decided not to run in the race, right? Everybody's quote unquote surprised. We're not. So in substitute, we found out that Kamala's so-called running president or whatever the case is. And what we're here to tell you is that according to biblical prophecy, right? This is already written. This isn't you can say real or genuine, the word I like to use. This is all scripted. The election is not even an election, it's a pre-selection. You've been listening, we've been telling you Donald Trump's demand for the job. Okay? There's an agenda that the wicked elite want to push. He's the man for the job. There's nobody else, right? And even more than that, it's been revealed through the Spirit, if you can receive it, that that's just Nero in the reincarnation. L'Oreal, can you mind finding me some information on Nero, basically like what did he do to the Christians, basically? Now and actually somebody actually came on a comment board. I think it was of another nation, but a scoffer. He actually said, listen to these guys, they're talking about Trump bringing back the guillotine. Well, we're gonna read that, right? Because that apparently is so far-fetched, but according to the Bible, it's all written. Listen, all this is one big game. It's one big game. It's a ploy. That assassination, so-called, was a psyop. Okay? Do me a favor, look up the word psyop. All this is them just exercising the power of the beast before them, which is the Roman Empire, to bring about their agenda. Okay? You got Revelation 13?
No, I got 17.
Okay, you got 13. So you gonna read the first verse. Then we gonna jump.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood up on the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy.
Right. So that beast is talking about, okay, which I have here, and we have here, all right? No, it's not. I'm just gonna grab it. Go ahead, go to chapter. So we're gonna go to chapter 17 because it's the same beast, right? And what you're gonna find out, all right? The power of this beast is being used right now. Okay. All right.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
God, this is the book of Revelation 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Now the great whore is Babylon the Great. It is America. That's the great whore. Right?
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colored, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered and with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her.
Right, so mind you, she's sitting on top of the beast and the beast is carrying her. So what you're gonna find out is that the power structure that America uses is based off of the powers before them, which was really the Roman Empire. That's what this is all about. The political system is just them copying the Roman Empire. Oh, can you give me a second back, please? I believe it's chapter 8. Talks about the sin. You guys should type that word in and should look it up. But everything that was already done in this society is all based off of the Roman Empire. That's why you got obelisks in the DC, okay? You have political parties, you have a Senate. All that is just following the powers before them, which started in the Greeks and then the Romans, okay? That beast is carrying, that she sits on, those structures she's using today. So your political system, your Democrats, Republic, none of that's new. They're just redoing what they did back then. And the difference is, it's all a tactic to control you, okay? It's all a tactic, because as we're gonna read, the left and the right, or the left wing, right wing, Democrats and Republicans, at the end of the day, is two wings of the same bird. And as the scripture says, you got two horns of the same beast, okay? Meaning the agenda that's gonna be pushed out is gonna always meet the agenda of the wicked elites, okay? That's why no matter who you get in office, they always going down the same path, leading into what? The New World Order and World War III. Nobody you get in there is going to change anything because it's all scripted, it's all controlled. It's all controlled. Okay, you keep going.
And it says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Right, the beast that was and is not. Why does he say that? Because John was alive during the Roman Empire, right? And it says is not because it's talking about the future of Rome being brought back with a whore, which is America, right? And it's going to ascend out of the bottomless pit. Revelation 20. Revelation 20. Yeah, go ahead and get that up there. Did you look up that word beside it? Go ahead and read that word.
This is the definition of PSYOP, and it means military operations usually aim at influences the enemy's state of mind through non-combative means, such as distributions of leaflets. Also PSYOP singular, a single such operations. The government use of a person or phenomenon. It's the second definition, to influence a population's opinions and attitudes.
Exactly. Because the word itself is PSYOP, is psychological operation. What you saw there with that so-called assassination was a psychological operation. It was to get spirits roused up, right? To get you mad at one side of the political party and make you root for the other side of the political party. And to get you all involved and influenced in the political system to go out there and vote, right? What that's going to lead to, in the end of the day, is the same agenda. But in order for them to succeed, they have to have for this to work, they have to have the people's involved somewhere. And the idea is to trick you all into thinking that you actually have a choice to dictate what goes on in this place. You have no power in this world. I'm telling you. All right? No, your vote does not matter. It does not count. It don't mean shit. Because at the end of the day, you have what's they're called electoral colleges. Every state has one. And at the end of the day, it's the electoral college that cast a vote. So your vote don't mean shit. You wanna know how it don't mean shit? Trump got elected, but Hillary Clinton got the popular vote. So how did that happen? Because they want him in the office, right? So it has nothing to do with popularity, who gets the most. the end of the day, the decision is made by someone else who is controlled. It's all controlled. This system is designed to keep you involved in basically running on a hamster wheel. And everybody else that's involved is just a part of the show. It's just theatrics. That assassination is so-called attempt, theatrics. Nikki Haley, theatrics. Joe Biden, theatrics. Kamala Harris, theatrics. There was a Jake before them that they basically booted off. I forgot it was that black guy who went on. I think he went on Breakfast Club. I know what I'm talking about. And he basically got mad at he's that black Jake that wanted to run, but they ended up shooing him out. The black Jake. Got pushed out. He didn't get an invite to the debate. That's what happened. In fact, you probably looked it up to see what his name was. But it was a Jake, right, who thought he had a good shot at running. They didn't invite him to the debate on purpose. Because this is bigger than you, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're involved in. This is their game. You gonna come in there and think you gonna run something. You thought you had a good shot. You went on there. You went in the Breakfast Club. You kept bigging up Trump and all this other stuff. It come to the debate, you didn't get a debate, now you talking about suing. Because you ain't part of it. They say, look, get this nigga out of here. Okay? So anyway, we about to do this debate. Right? Wow. Anyway, we about to do this debate. Okay? And you just got thrown out. You was in there just to hype things up. At the end of the day, they already got both parties, which is controlled opposition, who's going to dictate what the hell's going to happen. You keep going.
Continue on Revelation 17, and it says, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
The beast that was, okay, because it's talking about a future reincarnation, which is, you can say America is the whore, and NATO and the EU represents NATO, represents the Roman Empire, which America is included in it. Okay, so America and NATO and the EU is included. It said it was and is not, right? Yet is, because it's still in power at the moment of the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And it says, and here is the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads or 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth.
Right, because those are 7 Edomite nations, which we got it right here, okay? You got Germania Major and Minor, the Spanish, the French, the Romans, okay? And then you got the British, you got the Greeks, and then you got the British, all right? And America came out, that's why the scripture tells you, it might be that same chapter, but even he is the 8th, but it's only 7. Because America came out of Britain. That's what their 1776 is all about. Their so-called independence of Great Britain, or Britain, right? But when you go deeper into it, that's really when the Illuminati formed in 1776. But so that's why it says, so it came out of there. And these are all Edomite nations. All right, keep going.
And it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is.
Right, which is the Romans. Right? The Romans were fallen. I mean, it's like the Roman is. And the 2 that was to come after was British, and I believe it was the Spanish. Right? Keep going.
And it says, and the other is not yet come.
Right.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
Right, even he is the 8th. Again, it came out of Britain. So it's a part of the 7, but it came out of the 7, which were the British. That's what your Independence Day, so-called, is all about. Freedom from Britain, so to speak. Keep going.
And it says, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom, as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
Right. And that's talking about the beginning formation of NATO. NATO actually started off with 10 countries. If you looked up it now, it'll tell you 12, but it's really 10 because 2 of those are on the same piece of land. And I got an image, but we don't have a great big map. But it actually started off with 10. And in fact, we got it here actually. So Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany. See, that's another one. If you look up the 12 original, it'll say West Germany and East Germany, but they attached together. So it's really one, and then I believe it was Belgium, or was it Luxembourg? But one of the other ones they'll tell you are part of the same land, so it's really 10. And there was originally 10 stars on the flag when they erected it. And if you looked up now, it'll show 12, but it was really 10, originally 10. All right, keep going.
And it says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Right, the one mind is, as we're going to talk about, this New World Order. Right, that's why everything that's happening now is all pushing towards New World Order, which we're going to explain, which is really the image of the beast, to say. It's really the Roman Empire and the Roman system being pushed back on the earth. That's what America's pushing. That's what NATO is pushing. Okay? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Luxembourg is west of Germany. And then you got Belgium, France is south of Luxembourg.
Yeah, so the one mind, this is what this is all about, right? Herd-like mentality, like when they push that, the jab. What was the mindset? Everybody needs to think the same. Herd mentality. You know, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Okay? Right, so the UK, what's left of the, I got a picture. What's left of that UK? I got it on my phone. I was just looking at it actually. But
Ireland. Yeah, Ireland is west of the UK.
Okay. All right, so if you look up, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look up NATO original, they'll tell you it was 12, but it was really 10. And as you can see, they got West Germany and East Germany there, which that's one. Okay, they're on the same landmass. And then you got, what is that, Portugal and Spain. It's gonna be real quick. Is that what's on the left side there? Portugal?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Spain, which that is on the same landmass, you know, and it'll give you the times, but it was originally 10. So when it says 10 heads, it's talking about those 10 nations, which are Edomite nations. Keep going.
And it says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
Right, that's where you can stop it. So going back to Revelation 13, okay? No, I definitely do. You start from the top of that. Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key to the Salakia, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon and that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Right, that dragon we're talking about, just like if you read in Revelation 12, it's talking about the Roman Empire. Right? If you want to summarize it by saying the so-called white man, that's one thing, but to be specific, it's talking about the Roman Empire. And this beast that the horse is sitting on is still talking about the so-called white man. And the Roman Empire being reincarnated again by way of America and NATO. And the EU is included in it. That's why you hear us say America, NATO, and the EU. Okay? And another thing about the EU is according to the scriptures, hold me Daniel 2, you can go straight to the point about the legs. Okay? Because even tell you, it's already prophesied that the EU would break up. That's in the prophecy as well. as part of the last kingdom.
Kingdom partially strong, partially weak.
Yep.
Verse 4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years.
Now that's our proof that according to the scriptures, some of us are going to be martyrs for this thing. Because we're going to reject it. And we read that in Revelation 17, that the horn was filled with the blood of the saints. Because we're going to reject his image and reject his mark. Which, like I said, it all represents complete control. That's what they want, complete control. That's what this is all about. And Trump's going to be the guy to push that. Don't think that what goes on in this world is by chance and it just all depends and the system favors who votes the most here and who signs the most bills here. It's all an agenda. And Yahweh Shai just gave us the scoop. He gave us the scoop by revealing to us what these words mean. So we know what's going to happen. There's not going to be a transformation of America where the right person's going to get in there and turn this thing around. How can you say that? Because it's not biblical prophecy. And I believe what the Bible says. And the Bible prophesies of persecution of the believers and the establishment of a one world dominant government, as you could say, in wickedness. And they're going to bring forth their own mark, right, which is going to be that microchip to try to enslave you as their guides forever. That's what this is all about. Because they're telling you to your face, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Sure.
And I gotta look this up. I think I shared it, but I think it's in London, right? They got people knocking down like, not street lights, but like cameras. They're knocking them over and knocking them down because in London, they actually got a system set up to find people if you go outside your zone. And I forgot the name of the group they rebelling against it, but they burning those suckers down. They knocking them down and burning them down. It's because they're trying to oppose that. Why do you think that is? Because they're trying to resist this new world order. They're trying to keep you boxed into one area. Hey, that 1970, 76, that what was that? Yeah, that's 1976. You just did a lesson on it. Was that video I shared? No, video I shared, and you said you did a lesson on it?
Yeah, it was
Which I watched it.
part of the old plan about
Control, yeah. I shared it. You know, you talking about it in class? Snoops. The 1976 Habitation 1 plane. When you did a lesson on E-exposed.
Oh, okay. Let me look at it.
No, it's alright, that's how I be. But they tell you, in 1976, okay, they said this is a plan to put people in 15-minute cities.
Oh, yeah.
To control.
Yeah, because just like these street lights here, they used to be regular street lights here, you know, but they are slowly phasing out these street lights to put like cameras on them and stuff like that because they trying to introduce a social credit score, just like what China got going on, you know. And basically, what the social credit score is basically if your credit score not up to par, you ain't able to buy certain things, you limited, you know. And then if you get caught jaywalking and stuff like that, they will automatically take money out of your account for breaking the law, you know. So that's why, you know, these things we see these other countries are doing is a foreshadow to what's coming to America, you know. A lot of people thinking that America not gonna get these things, but hey, they setting it up, you know. As that word gradualism, they do it over time. You know, look at Walmart right now. They are slowly phasing out all the cashiers and putting self-checkout, but them self-checkouts is the way for the mark of the beast to be set up too.
And I don't remember where I read it or heard it from, but they're thinking about making the self-checkout lines restricted to only Walmart Plus members. So you got to be on a subscription. That's what it was. I was watching a subscription video where they like everything on subscription, and they were saying the Walmart is considering turning their self-checkouts to only those who pay them every month. You see, and that's a problem. I was in Walmart the other day. They had the self-checkouts closed. I'm like, what the hell? So we all in line, but that's how they can, get you in to fall in line. So they can easily just say, hey, just get the subscription and you can do your checkout. You know what I'm saying? Because they can make it harder for you like that. And like I said, in London, they're fighting it. I forgot the name of the group. But they're setting up these sensors, these lights, and they'll track your license plate or whatever. And if they see you traveled outside your zone, you can get fined. I don't give a damn if it's $1, $2. They trying to condition you, because then in your mind you say, okay, well then let me try to stay in here. It's psychological.
Those that they be cutting down.
Yeah, they used to. I don't know if they still have it, but I think New York State was one of the first states that had their police cars rigged with this device that as they drove down the streets, they were checking the license plates just by driving down the street. Send you a ticket if it turns not proper, right? And then the other part of that is just like in that video you're talking about, the fact that these conglomerates, these companies are controlling the food source, right? So you don't have as many farmers as you used to. Just like you could go over to Illinois, most of them cornfields are owned by Malachi, and all these different chemical companies. So they're controlling, Monsanto, Malachi, all of these different conglomerate corporations, man, that's into biohazard and biotech. So they're the ones who lead in the genetic modification of the food.
Right. They want to control everything. That's what this is about. It's written. So no, this place isn't just gonna bounce back and turn left and turn back on the right track. It's over with. Trump's just a puppet. Keep going.
Verse 5, back in Revelations 20. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power.
I believe that's it. You got this. You want to bring out the bottomless pit, which is Europe. All right, he'll send it out of the bottomless pit. That's what the scripture says in Revelation 17. It says that their whore is going to send out of that bottomless pit. That's America. So you go back to Revelation 13, start from the top again.
Back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise Salakia up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Right. So again, it was explained and broken down the power structures in chapter 17. Okay. Go ahead.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power.
Right. So just like when you read Daniel, chapter 7 and chapter 8, okay, Daniel saw the same thing. He saw the continuation of 4 kingdoms, right? Babylon, Persians and the Medes, Greeks, and then the Romans, right? And it tells you that the 4th beast, which is the Romans, is the end of the world. But if the Romans fail, how is it we still here? Because they're gonna come back. They're back right now. See? The leopard represents the Greeks, Alexander the Greek, which he was an Edomite, he's a so-called white man. Okay? That bear represents the Russians, and I believe that's even their animal. That's their symbol. The damn bear. The Russians. They're going to be the end of this place. Mouth of a lion was talking about Great Britain. Okay, because again, this is where the whore gets her power from, which is the beast before it, which Britain is a part of that beast. Keep going.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
One of those heads is talking about the Romans. It's part of the head. Wounded to death, and it said a deadly wound was healed. It was wounded by one name we know of is Septimius Severus, which was a Jake, but there is a name before him, which slips my mind.
Nerva. Nerva.
Is that the one?
Yeah, because he was the first black Roman emperor, Nerva.
Right. It was wounded, but a deadly wound was healed. It was brought back into power during the Renaissance period. And the word Renaissance means the rebirth. The rebirth of who? The rebirth of the Roman system, the Roman Empire. Okay.
Verse 4, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? There was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. And he opened his mouth and blasphemy against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Now this beast is talking about America. Now we're gonna address everything he read about speaking great blasphemies in 42 months, right? This beast, which came out of Britain, is this beast talking about America. And it said what? 2 horns like a lamb. In the Roman Empire, which you got that article pulled up on, in the Roman Empire, they had 2 sects of political parties, you can say, which were patricians and the plebeians, right? Today, that's being brought back as Republicans and Democrats. That's what it's all about. You got that?
This is an article. Anyway, it goes into the history or the background of the Roman Republic. It says the Roman Republic was founded in 509 BCE, or basic common era, after the last patrician king that ruled Rome was overthrown. Rome's next government served as a representative of democracy in the form of a republic. Initially, Rome's wealthiest family, the patricians, held power, and only they could hold political or religious offices. Everyone else was considered plebeian, and no member of this group could hold office. Over a period of nearly 200 years, however, the plebeians fought for and gained power within the government. At the heart of the Roman Republic was the Senate. The Senate advised on matters pertaining to rules governing the city and population. In the Republic, members of the patricians class served as advisors to the other governing bodies of the Republic. Although the Senate did not formally make laws, the prestige of its members gave the Senate great influence over Rome's lawmaking bodies. The Senate lasted as a sole governing body for the Republic for only a brief time, lasted from the Republic's founded in 509 until 494 BCE, with a strike orchestrated by the plebeians resulted in the establishment of the Concilium Plebis, or the Council of the Plebes. This gave the plebeians a voice in the government. As a result, new legislative or lawmaking bodies of Roman Republic was formed called assemblies. These legislative bodies share power in the following ways, and then it goes into the different ways. You can stop there.
Kind of stop there, and then I'm gonna have you read the first paragraph in a minute. So, as you can see, you have patricians and the plebeians, and then it said at the heart was what? The Senate. You got that?
Yes,
So none of this is new, and like I said, you can even Google it. It'll tell you that the Democrats, which the Democrats supposed to mean for the people. Demo means people, and then you got the Republicans, which basically you can say represent the rich. Okay. So you thinking like, yeah, I gotta be a Democrat because I gotta be for the people, and we gotta make some changes. But little do you know, you're just being dragged along into a system that controls both sides. It's called controlled opposition. Well, you might say, well, what's the point of that? Well, the point is to string you along. And you got people who waste their whole life involved in political parties and back and forth and all that and achieve nothing. Everything that happens is still the forwarding of the agenda. That's why it hasn't been a single person that came in office and actually reversed everything. The only one that was planning on doing that was JFK, and you saw what happened to him. Because he wasn't playing. He said in one of his quotes, there is a plan to, and can you look that up for me, brother? Look up, there is a plan, JFK, there is a plan, it should come right up. And he says, back in his time, there is a plan to basically put everybody in slavery, and before my term ends, I will bring it out. And what year did he rule? The 70s? Or something like that? 60s? So he knew it back then, and was trying to reverse it. And guess what happened? They took him out. That right there is proof that there is nothing you can actually do to change anything. They got all this garbage going on in the city, right? This simp trying to vote against it. He's for abortion. Oh, don't vote for him. I mean, don't vote for him. Don't vote for this black woman, right? It's all a big joke. Because that man isn't a real man talking about something. I will not pass any legislation against abortion. So you controlled by the woman. You ain't no man.
That's the bell.
Yeah, that's it. That's the St. Louis thing. You got this political garbage and the same garbage. We don't care about it. Okay? All right, I don't give a damn if it is two Jakes. They're controlled as well. Cause they damn sure ain't gonna let nobody like me up in there making no calls, dictating no shots. So I tell you what, they're gonna get me out of there real quick. All right?
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do, bring the brothers in there. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Get them paid. We're gonna make some changes. You women gonna have to take the back seat, and y'all gonna throw a goddamn fit. Okay? They'll shut me down quick.
I can't find it.
I found it.
You found it? Read it. Now this is J.F. Kennedy, okay?
There is a plot in this country to enslave every man, woman, and child. Before I leave this high and noble office, I intend to expose this plot.
You see? They had to get him out of there. Okay, he was going completely against the agenda. So what happened to him? He got put down. And they even threw his assassination in the terms of basically don't talk about this. This is confidential. Conspiracy theory or whatever. Let's just bury it and that's the end of it. Wait a minute, you just lost a president and you're gonna just sweep that under the rug? Why is that? Yeah, don't look into him. Don't dive deep into his agenda or whatever, because he telling you what his agenda was. His agenda was, I'm about to expose all this shit right now. And before I'm out of here, I'm gonna call this out and I'm gonna turn this around. Wicked elite took him out. Give me give me that in Ephesians. I think it's Ephesians 5. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. You people don't really know what you're involved in. Ephesians 6. You got that?
I still got that Maccabees.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, and the 15th verse. It says, moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end that they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there were neither envying nor emulation among them.
And what book, what chapter you reading from?
This is First Maccabees chapter 8.
What verse did you start at?
I started at the 15th verse.
What's the verse, 2 verses before? Does it tell you if it was the Greeks or the Romans? I believe those First Maccabees 8. I believe that was the that probably was Rome. It's not the Greeks. That just shows you. Either way, it was the Edomites, right? I was trying to be specific.
Oh yeah, I can start at the 12th if you want me to. Okay, it says in Maccabees chapter 8, verse 12, it says, "But with their friends and such as relied upon them, that they kept enmity, and that they have conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom whose reign and whom again they would have displaced finally, that they were greatly exalted. For all, yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby."
Okay. I believe maybe if you read the context, it's probably the Romans, maybe the Greeks, I forget which one, but that just shows you that there's nothing new under the sun. It said they made a Senate where they discussed the issues of the people, and they elected somebody each year, right, to run the system or whatever. That's what this political system all stems from. You do realize that, right? Hey, even if you want to go and learn the subject, let's say you want to go learn medical school or whatever, the first thing that they're going to teach you is the breakdown and the origins of words. Where does it come from? They're going to talk to you about how in the ancient world you have physicians, right? Really no such thing as doctors, but you have physicians, herbalists and all that. They're going to break down to you what the word ortho means. That means bone and all those stuff. They're going to break those words down. Those go back to Latin and Greek, right? And then you can find them in the Hebrew as well. Everything in the society is based upon that system. That's what this is all based upon. Even like I said, the name of these occupations, especially in the medical field, is based upon the ancient. You can say the Romans, right? The Senate, the political parties, mayors, all that. They just follow the system from the Roman Empire. That's all this is, right?
It was the Grecians in the 9th verse.
Okay, so it was the Grecians. So that really goes back to the Greeks. And then the Romans did the same thing, right? And that's what we're going to read about. But what happened was, just like what's happening now, they're going to take the power away from the people and just put it in the hands of a small few. Whereas in the ancient, it was the emperor, which you still got that article, you read that first paragraph.
We go back to this article, I'm gonna make a correction. It does say it's from the National Geographic. That's 1, 2. BCE is before Common Era. I think I said the date. This is the first paragraph. It says Rome's transition from republic to empire. It reads, Rome transitioned from a republic to an empire after power shifted away from the representative democracy to a centralized imperial authority.
See that?
With the emperor holding the most power.
You see that? So how did Rome end up changing? They went from democracy to one man dictating. So basically, it ain't about what you want anymore. Democracy means for the people voting or whatever. And really, that's a ploy in itself. That's a lie. Like I said, it's a means to make you believe that you control what goes on, but really it's already handpicked. Because if they can convince you that there was an election process and everybody put their votes in, and here's the result. This guy's the man. And this guy just so happens to say that Israel deserves to be a state. We need to do stuff for Israel, for Israel, for Israel. He just so happens. But when somebody else comes in there who says, we need to do away with the American dollar, now all of a sudden, he's unfit. That's what America's saying. We need to elect somebody else. Oh, we found somebody. He's a perfect guy, right? You need to implement democracy so we can control that and then eventually make it to where our guy makes it. And then the people, you got to be happy because we made you believe that you had a dictator. Yes,
if you don't mind, also when you think about democracy, it's talking about 51%. The other 49% get fucked over. So I mean, it's still not fair. You know. So when they talk about that, it's talking in terms of votes out of 100%. If 51% want something, the other 49 fuck you. That's what it goes into.
Yeah. And just like I said, just look at Trump and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton got the popular vote, meaning she got the most votes. Trump got in office. So what does that tell you? Like I said, you have electoral colleges. So at the end of the day, somebody else makes the final say, and they control that. You know?
Yeah, like all this information is coming out, and people still have their asses at the ballots. You know, in the damn freezing cold. Yeah, make a difference. And then after they vote, they gonna wear the little stupid little pin to work the next day. Yeah, I voted today.
Yeah, to make your ancestors feel happy.
And then people gonna be asking you if you don't have a pin. Did you vote?
Yeah.
This is what your ancestors fought for.
You need to get out there and do it. You know? You got that Ephesians.
This is the book of Ephesians 6 and verse 12. And it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
See, you're fighting, we're wrestling. This isn't about flesh and blood. This is about a damn system, man. This is about a beast, okay, who wants to implement himself as God on the planet Earth. That's what you're fighting. So when you hear about these changes and inflation and they don't want us to own nothing, all that, exactly. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. And you're the president. Oh, it all matters on the president. The president is a puppet. The president is a sucker's job. Okay? You're the fall guy. You're just a puppet behind the scenes for the Amalekites, the small hats, to push the agenda. That's what this is all about. You know, they're not gonna let somebody in there that's literally gonna say, we're gonna use our tax dollars for us. No more giving it to Ukraine and the state of Israel. We gotta get our cities together. You ain't gonna make it. And if you do happen to make it, you still ain't gonna make it. You might end up dead or something, okay? Because you speaking against the agenda, all right? Especially on this side of the world. So you don't have a say-so. That's what you people don't get. That PSYOP, that assassination attempt, which was fake as hell, that's to play on your emotions, to make you think, to get you roused up, to make you think you can make a change. All right, you're being played like a fool, right? Biden dropping out and all this is just all according to the plan, man. We ain't surprised or shook off none of it because we already know the agenda. Donald Trump is Nero. He's the man for the job to push the microchip. And guess who's his right-hand man? Elon Musk.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I say that before.
And if I can say, hey, a lot of these Edomites are with it, you know. A lot of these Edomites, even though they play dumb at work, they all into this shit. Why? Because this is their world right now.
It's their world.
Okay? But eventually, you know, like they run into a man of the Lord, they gonna start trying to pick your brain. And so did you hear about Neuralink? You know, like, I'm gonna get turned into a cyborg. You know? So, So they already know what's going on. And like the brother said, that's a part of the mark of the beast system. You know? And like that's those left-hand miracles. Cause they gonna heal the blind, you know, they gonna make these different prosthetic robotic limbs that's gonna hook up to your nervous system and all that. And you know, the people that went to war got their arm blown off, leg blown off and all that. You know, they show you that in the movie Star Wars and in Terminator.
And,
you know?
Call of Duty too.
Yeah, they got the robotic arms and stuff. Yeah.
Combat been saying it, back.
Yeah, with Jax. You know, like that's all he is just a experiment. You know.
God, if you want to go back further than that, you go to the $6 million man.
Yeah.
That's sure my age, bro.
Carry.
Can you give me First Thessalonians chapter 5? So you can go back to what was that verse in Revelation? Read that again about the two. First Thessalonians 5.
This is back in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12. I started back at 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, the 2 horns like a lamb. Like I said, a lamb is the appearance is docile, the appearance is soft, right? But it spake as a dragon. That's why this political system, it comes at you soft. You know, it seems harmless. It seems like they're just trying to be for the people and make a change. And it's just a matter of getting the right person in or whatever. You're being played. Okay, those 2 horns represent patricians and the plebeians. Today, it's the Democrats and the Republicans. The rich and the poor, so-called for the poor. But mind you, it says it's 2 horns, but it's of the same beast. Because at the end of the day, it's going to fulfill its agenda. You got left wing, right wing, but it's the same bird.
Exactly. So, and you know, you see a lot of these people online arguing about this, and it's like, if you on this wing of a bird, and you on this wing of a bird, they going to the same destination. No matter how you think, whatever they say, or anything, them 2 wings going to the end up at the same destination. You know, and they just play people in the middle, man. And they sit back and laugh at you.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, their agenda is gonna go. The deception is that they having you believe you're controlling something, so you're involved, and they need your involvement. That's their power. You going and voting all that, that's their power. When you don't talk about it or you don't get involved, then they lose their power.
That's right.
Right? They lose it. That's why they try to force it as much as they possibly can. Y'all need to get involved. We need you to active. We need you to be involved. If you just say, man, get the hell out of here with that, they lose their power because the people waking up to say this is all just one big game and we're the pawns. Right? And it says
Reinforcement from celebrities.
oh yeah, the celebrities. And it says it spake as a dragon,
Yeah.
which goes to those draconian measures. Which is what? You will own nothing and be happy. You don't need to eat meat. You need to eat crickets and poop.
And mealworms.
Yeah, mealworm. All right, you don't need actual chicken eggs. You need plastic eggs. You don't need to leave your city. If you going and driving more than 15 minutes, that's a problem. If you in a country and you own land and chickens and stuff like that, you got to give that up because growing a garden is dangerous to the world. And oh, you don't want to give it up? We're gonna light a motherfucking match. That's the type of man this is. He's a man of sabotage. Them trains, okay, derailing and hitting, people live in the country, hitting a natural source of water, throwing out. I think that's an accident that all just happened at one time, and then ain't nobody talking about it.
They somehow just happened to have a movie about it.
Yeah.
A year before it came, it happened.
Yeah, just like the Leave the World Behind. Oh, the whole point of the movie, which I didn't watch it, was what? They expose how vulnerable we are to a hijacking. And then just so happened, right after that movie, oh, that just happened. You know, but when you go back to the World Economic Forum back in 2020, they talked about in the future, all it takes is for somebody to hack the computers, for people to realize that we need to change. We need to work on a government. This is all put in motion, man. Oh, people can't fly. It was an update and it messed up. That was done on purpose.
Right.
Who owns that company? I forgot what it's called. BlackRock. Who owns BlackRock? They're a small man. Go figure. All right, James Fink. All right. What his name mean? What Fink mean? A deplorable person or something like that?
Contemptible.
Yeah.
Unpleasant.
Unpleasant long nose. But keep going. So we're showing you that this is all one big game. Look, Trump's the man for the job. Unless somebody else is, but at the end of the day, the agenda is going to forward. He's the man for the job. He's going to push the mark of the beast. He's going to push the microchip. He's going to do that. His man is Elon Musk. Is that a coincidence? No. Okay, he's funding his campaign. That they're going to be tag team partners. What is Elon Musk infatuated with? Brain chips. Okay? They're talking about what? Chips. And they're talking about efficiency. So they got plenty more, you could say, what's the word? False flags and accidents and things like that to inconvenience you. It's all in motion. And it's going to happen again. They're probably going to pull something else before he get in office again. Right? See, this is why we need a chip. We need a change. It's all pointing to mark of the beast, which is that RFID microchip. All of this is. What you got?
Okay. It's the book of Mark, chapter 13, and verse, we'll start at 20. And except the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he have chosen, he have shortened the days. And then if any man say unto you, Lo, here is a Mashiach, or lo, he is there, believe him not. For false Mashiachs and false prophets shall arise, and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect.
Right? Okay. Those signs of wonders is coming. They already got the little kid, the Edomite with the brain chip. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's just so amazing because he's, I think, paraplegic.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But he can control a computer with his thoughts, right? And they put it, they say, he's like, yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it. That's those miracles. The Lord gave him that power. He already prophesied about it. You got people now willingly taking that, especially in Sweden.
Yeah, the Netherlands around there. You know, that chip been real popular before it was, you know, really mainstream talked about her. That was, you had to get it to be able to be accepted into certain venues and raves and parties and stuff. So it's big out there.
Yep. It's all about control. It's the image of the beast, which they're going to bring to Mark, which we're going to read. So don't be surprised by any of this that's happening. It's all, we've already, the Lord really exposed it. Can you give me Isaiah? I think it's 46, verse 8. Clear the end from the beginning. Or maybe it's 48, verse 6.
Back in Revelations 13, verse 13. But he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
And that was with the nuclear missiles. You had atomic bomb, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Never seen before, right? It ended World War II. Put fear in all the nations round about, right? And it was funny when you do the research behind that. I forgot who was in charge at the time, but they was having these big ass hearings with all these people, and they was trying to find out spies, right? Russian spies, because somebody leaked the missile information to Russia, and they trying to figure out who was the spies, right? Leaking that information. Well, the Lord leaked the information, because that's Obadiah, right? Somebody get that for me. I think the first few verses, small among the heathen. All right? Did you find it?
This is Isaiah 48 and verse 3. I had declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them, and I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. Because I knew that thou art obstinate.
Where you read from?
Isaiah 48.
Go to 46. I know what that was after. I think it's 46. Declared the end from the beginning. That's him getting
I got
people.
it. Yeah. It's Isaiah 46 and verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, I will do all my pleasure.
That's right. He declared the end from the beginning. This is already plain. Okay? Well, the Lord is giving us the scoop. Okay? Somebody get Amos 3. I believe it's Amos 3:3. He's giving us the scoop. Alright? All this is happening, we can find it right here in the book. We know their plan, we know their agenda, and it's vexing. It's vexing. It's vexing when they boast about the things, and that's the scriptures, okay? The wicked boasts of his heart's desire. And he basically telling to the Lord, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And it's vexing, it's all hell, okay? But we understand that it has to happen. Okay, when they're trying to basically infringe on your privacy more and more, right? Control and all this other stuff, you understand why, but it's still vexing as hell when they boast about, we're gonna do away with chickens and you just gonna eat plastic, and we're gonna turn doo-doo into meat.
Yeah, that's about it.
And if you have a garden, you endangering the earth. You need to allow us to control it because we got the more efficient methods. You know what I'm saying? That stuff vexes you when you read stuff like that.
It makes sense because the animals eat off your garden and live too. So this man just
that stuff vexes as hell when they boast about what they gonna do. We understand. Okay, we understand. You can wait till it go out.
Okay. I was gonna say something. Yeah, I saw like this YouTube short, and it was basically saying that a human head transplant can be possible. I was reading them comments, man. They was lighting their ass up in the comments. They're like, oh yeah, you can transplant a head, but you can't cure cancer.
They got that information hidden.
Right.
I tried to do a person, what's the word? Testimony. I tried to do a testimony on me using what I use on my dog who was diagnosed. Man, they took that down so fast, man. They said no. Okay.
Right.
They said that's dangerous information. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But chemotherapy, which can actually harm tissue in your body permanently, that ain't dangerous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People who die from that, you know. But me talking about a damn fruit, that's dangerous information. You can't bring it out. That just lets me know it works.
Right.
You know, I'm just late to the party. That's all it is.
Right, and laying back on all what you're saying about, laying back on what you're saying, you know, like I always tell the story about a family friend that we had in the family. She was diagnosed with cancer. You know, she was fine before the chemotherapy, but as soon as she started going to those chemotherapy sessions, we noticed that she started declining in health. You know, she was fine way before that, but all of a sudden the cancer got to her. No, it was the chemotherapy that got to her. Because literally when you look at the research behind chemotherapy, that radiation kills the cancer cells and your regular cells, man. Radiation like that is not supposed to be pumped into your body, man.
Think about this. On just a regular kind of thing, they tell you that radiation is harmful, but yet they use the radiation to cure cancer.
Right.
That tells you something right there, that it's not supposed to. That's not how it's supposed to be done.
Right. And everybody got microwaves in their house. Yeah. I thought radiation was harmful. Now you eating food that you pretty much just nuked. You just gave it radiation and you destroyed all the nutritional value in the food.
Wi-Fi, 5G, you exposed to it all the time. You know, that's why I ain't got it today, but I got Shungai, you know, to protect. I got Shungai things in my house. And they trying to mess with your sleep too, by the way. You know, but you see, we talk about this, the world, man, them guys are nuts. You crazy. No, you nuts. Because this is actually things that they're doing.
And people think it's so far-fetched, they don't understand their enemy, man. It ain't no means he won't go to accomplish wickedness, man.
Got a precept I made.
Yes. Whatever you got.
All right, going back to what you asked for, this is Obadiah 1:1. It reads, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
Right, you're small among the heathen because now, at one point, you were the only one with that capability of nuclear atomic bomb. But like I said, you could go during that time, but they was holding big hearings because they were looking for spies, Soviet spies. Because somebody leaked that information to Russia. The Most High leaked it, okay? Why? Because now everybody in the room has a gun, so to speak. You're not the only one. So now that technology is actually used as a threat. Hey, we got nuclear missiles. Hey, me too. So hey, don't fuck with me. Hey, don't fuck with me. You gonna come over here? Hey, I'll blow all this up right now.
Yeah.
That's the type, you know.
It's like it's like a standoff of all the countries looking at each other with their hand behind their back now.
Which at one point it was only the U.S. they had. That's why even the economists will tell you the peak of America was 1960s, especially 1969 they would say. But that's literally when you started to fall, believe me. You literally spiraled down on the chart, you know?
Yeah. And these different countries, they got all these sleeper cell agents that's coming in and you know, getting into the CIA and the FBI and going to school and learning physics and science and stuff to even make these nuclear capabilities. And what are they doing? They sending that shit right back to their country. You know what I'm saying? They basically playing the system. And yeah, and that's all gonna backfire on these Edomites because they allow these other nations to come into the country to basically what? Put more hell on the Israelites. To set up shop in our communities, fucking gas stations and chicken spots and, you know, you said what now?
Wig shops.
Yeah, wig shops, beauty supply houses. Like what the hell did East Indian know about fucking black hair? You know, so-called Israelite hair. You know?
Why you got them down? Yeah, I was just driving down, was that Union? Yeah, Union and Kings Highway, that big ass security supply right there. Who comes out? Who owns that? Damn Elam. Either Elam or Ishmael, one of them. I said, look at that. They came over here and set up in the ghetto, big ass shit, to sell a black woman this, and you don't even own it.
Right.
That was the curses.
And yeah, and it's always a black woman behind the back working every now and then. And what you think they doing to her? They popping her ass. You know?
And you black women don't own shit. Okay? And if you did own it, you yourself would ruin it because your own people will ruin it. Don't let them find out a black woman owns it because they're going to ruin it.
Right. Like the only thing the black woman cares about is controlling the Israelite man. That's it. That's the only thing she fucking cares about. And the wigs. Controlling the Israelite man and all these this fake cosmetics to enhance her looks because she insecure.
And I was gonna do a lesson on that probably later, but another thing that's spiritual, black women don't get it. The Lord made this move on you, man. The reason you're so least desirable, He did that. Where the whole world is like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I just saw a woman today, a video today, the black woman say, how come they don't even talk to us? We go in the store, I say hi to the sister, the black man, he just quickly look away. Like, no, we don't want to talk to you. She like, what's wrong? We don't want to talk to you. That's the spirit, you know? But you keep going on that. It's the spirit. Yeah. The Most High is moving on y'all. That's what you fail to realize. And that's in Isaiah chapter 3. You did this to yourself. You know?
Yeah. And that's why, you know, they agreed to come and sell this her and do all this stuff because they know that they lack that.
Right. You know, it's the curses that's upon women.
What hit you where it hurts, man.
And so they capitalizing off of that.
Yeah, you know? They got videos of them Elamite women shaving their whole head. All right, that's gonna go for $500 across the seas. All right. To them, that's a lot of money. Cool, that's all I gotta do. Because you can't grow here. They make a killing, man.
Right.
Back in Revelation 13 and verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, so the image of the beast, if you want to summarize, is the New World Order. It's the Roman Empire power coming back into place like we read it, right? It went from a democracy to an emperor. Meaning, the world that they want to push, everything is going to be decided in the hands of a few. They're the emperor, right? The international bankers, the WF, they control you. They know what's best for you. And you need to be okay with that. They already implemented the banking system with the banks, right? Where now, you may not know this, but there's an additional step. Whereas prior, when you brought things with your card, it just went to your bank, and you took the money out, bam. But now they got the system set up, I forgot what they call it. But now the central bank, what you don't see is there's an extra step now. So now they're overseeing. Oh, what's the big deal? I can still go buy. Yeah, now, eventually it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna say, decline. Call your bank, why decline? You bought too much meat this month. Yeah, we trying to cut down on that, and all that does, that subtly you begin gradualism to what's the other word for that? Normalizing something.
Normalization.
Something normality.
Yeah, basically.
Creeping normality.
Creeping normality.
Creeping normality. Because eventually you would think, okay, that's fine. I'll just make sure on the 29th I buy all I want, and that way the next month I'm clear. But you see, you've already accepted the change, right? That's why they creep it upon you. Because if they did it all at once, there would be a revolt. But if they subtly do it, people will accept it. But that's what's gonna happen. You got something?
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right? So it's talking about the man of sin, which we know to be Esau Edom, to be revealed. And we know him to be revealed by his actions, his policies, the way he rules he goes about ruling the earth. You know what I'm saying? Just what the brother is talking about. With so which is what the brother was talking about with gradualism, with the whole Fed now system and everything like that. You don't notice it right now. Eventually, it'll be one more, it'll be another restriction, then it'll be another restriction, then it'll be another restriction. Then ultimately, it'll just be full blown mark of the beast. You gotta have the chip now to take if you want to buy some food. You gotta have the mark of the beast if you want to enter into your own apartment or enter into your own house or anything like that, right? So, the man of sin or the son of perdition is going into Esau Edom, right? He's been revealed in this time through the prophets of the Lord, right? Through Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, sending his man out here on the streets every week to break down these scriptures to you so you can see, the things that are going to happen in the future, right?
Right, beautifully said, man. That's just who's coming, and whoever you vote who is already pre-selected, he's gonna forward that agenda. It's not gonna change. Amos. Anybody got the name? 3 and 3.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Will a lion roar in the forest when he has no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing?
You gotta speak up a little bit, bro.
I think, verse 7. Keep going, though. Okay.
Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth, where no den is for him? Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth the secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right, the secret is revealed to us. See, the Lord prophesied it. It's written. He gave us the scoop. That's mercy. So we're not going to be lost, like these people out here involved in politics and voting and stuff. We got the scoop. They're the ones that's lost.
Right.
They're the ones that's unsure and uncertain about what the future holds, right? They're the ones that's overly concerned about what next year holds, what they gonna do, who's this congressman, I'm gonna write my congressman and all that other garbage. We're the ones in the know because we are unplugged from this society. We're unplugged from this world. We don't concern ourselves with these things. Okay, we looked at that so-called assassination attempt and laughed. While a lot of you were, they tried it. No. You've been played like a fool. We laughed at that.
Man, they had kids in Africa with those skits about little tiny children.
Yeah, that shit in video games
Everybody
too.
know this shit funny, man.
And that's how they lose their power. You see, that's all the Lord has to do because their power is secrecy.
That's right.
When the Lord sheds the light, they lose it. Okay? Because again, the whole point is that we're going to run a psychological operation on the people. We're going to deceive them. But if people are wise to the fact that, okay, this is green screen, right? Or these guys are actors. I've seen him play a grieving parent in another video back then, but now he's in the crowd. When they see stuff like that, then people don't fall for it.
That's right.
I mean, I'm actually surprised, but I didn't hear anybody talk about it at all this week. I was surprised. I guess people realize that's some bullshit, you know? So the power is gone. It would have been the talk of the town. All right?
You gotta appreciate it. This is Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and then give it light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Right? And just to land back off what the brother is saying, because hey, Esau Edom, he operates from the shadows. All right?
Safe travels, brother. How long is it? How long is the drive?
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Okay.
I'll let y'all know when I get there.
Cut.
Safe travel.
Safe travel, bro.
Back in Revelation 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Again, so the image of the beast, you could say, is the New World Order, which is really the Roman system. Again, it's power being taken from the people and instead in the hands of a few. Like back then, it was the emperor, right? He basically said, you know, enough with this voting stuff. I control every goddamn thing. That's what Augustus did. He was the first emperor, okay? He did away with democracy and he said, I control what the hell's going on. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening now, except it's by the hands of a few. That's why we say the wicked elite, which are your international bankers, okay? Yeah, there's all international bankers, right? And you can say the WEF, they sit and they decide, we know what's best for y'all. Like I said, you don't need to eat real food anymore. You don't need to go past 15 minutes to your city. In fact, if you do, we're going to find you. Hey, another thing with the real ID. The real ID, that's an additional step. It was unnecessary, but it's an additional step. To say, if you want to fly domestically, you need a real ID. Well, what's the requirements for a real ID? Well, just one more piece of information, a passport or something like that. You might say, I guess I don't see a big deal with that. You don't have to get it, right? You got the real ID, and then you don't, right? So if you want to travel, this is what you have to get. So a lot of people didn't get it. Like I didn't even get it because I didn't plan on doing nothing, right? But now they just said by May 2025, everybody has to get it. Like no matter what. So you see, that shows you that eventually everything becomes mandatory. I used to work handling people in the military, right? Their med benefits, right? And they would always push these pilot programs and stuff like that. And we were trained to say, oh, it's just a pilot. Then you're seeing how it's going. I had one Edomite who told me, he said, look, how long have you been working for the government? I said, not that long. He said, anytime they say it's a pilot, it's going to be mandatory. You know, so they're not dumb. They know. In fact, the most pissed off people are your veterans and those who served in the military. They're the ones who are most pissed off. Okay? So just because they say, oh, it's real ID, don't worry about it, you know. But guess what? May 2025, everybody has to get one. So you see how they do it? And then you might say, oh, what's the big deal? Just get a passport or something like that. What if they change the requirements of a passport? Because now they got you. But if they say to get that passport, you got to get a chip. You got to show proof of jab status. So you see how they just made it hard for you to fly domestically. At one point, a passport was only needed to fly internationally. Now you basically need it to fly domestically. So you see, and you're gonna still sit up there and think that this man isn't out for you? No, you got a plan. And the plan is complete control. Is setting up false flag attempts, deceiving you by way of the Americans, for the people to surrender their rights and their will to the wicked elite. That's what this is all about. The incident that happened the other day with the computer shutting down, that's why I couldn't log into the Xbox. Microsoft was, you saw me, I kept trying to get in there at class. I'm like, I can't turn on the I can't get in again. Because they was affected. When stuff like that happens, they inconvenience you enough So all it takes is for them to offer a solution. All right, y'all inconvenienced enough. You ready for the solution? Okay, good. You need to surrender more of your privacy. And you so frustrated, you don't want to go through that experience again. You'll just give on in. But then guess what? They caused the problem in the first place. So you see, by manipulation, they're causing you to surrender your right and your freedom to them and they're selling you it by means of it's best for you, right? And their final stamp is going to be that mark. This is how you're going to show your allegiance. Keep going.
Back in Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Now, we've been telling you, starting with our apostles and elders, even since the 90s, that mark is going to be the RFID microchip, which stands for radio frequency identification. Okay, you have something called near field communication, NFC, which is my phone can communicate with your phone by not even touching because of radio frequency. It pass information, etc. That RFID microchip, okay, is actually already in the earth and it's actually already a thing now. You can actually get it if you want to, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're telling you, according to prophecy, that's going to be mandatory, and Donald Trump, we believe, is going to be the man to push that. It's no coincidence his right-hand man is Elon Musk. This is prophecy in order. That's what this is all about, control, okay? Control. Trump is going to be the one to push that chip. So while people getting all excited for this election or whatever, the only ones that's really excited are the believers, because we can't wait for this shit to shut down.
Right.
We can't wait, okay? Because then the prophecy gonna come to pass and we gonna get out of here. So don't get it twisted. That election isn't, you can say, an actual election. It's predetermined, it's pre-selected. It's over. That Daniel 2 with the legs. Going to that too. So this is what the book of Revelation is explaining about. It's prophetic, explaining about a system and an image. We're telling you that image is the Roman system, it's the Roman Empire back in. And you can actually look up the governments of the Roman Empire. One of those was absolute government, or something like that. Absolute power, or something like that. Which means that they control every damn thing. That's what it's all about. And then you can study how they fail, right? Economic-wise, they had two classes of people as well, rich and the poor. That's what they're doing right now. We deal with the Bible, the truth. Nope.
We do. Just not there.
You don't up out of here. You don't up out of here. Okay? So we have the truth. That law. Okay?
Niggas still stuck on that shit. It's 2024.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I done heard some real booked up doctrines. Anunnaki, motherfuckers talking about time travel and shit like that.
These niggas.
Like what the hell, man?
As soon as you hear that name, just prepare for some bug out shit.
Yeah, of course I got dreads, so no surprise there.
My dreads give me superpowers.
Call for that Daniel. Daniel?
I got it.
We got to play everything.
Con. This is Daniel 2 in verse 40. And it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Right, and the Roman Empire was known for their iron weaponry. Iron, that's how they ruled the nations in that time. And one, militarily wise, was with the iron. And Jake would joke about it today. I got that iron on me, right? Which they talking about the gun, which the gun represents the modern day weapon, which goes back to the Roman Empire. Right? That's how they rule.
And it says, verse 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as toes the feet were part iron and part of clay.
Right. So, hey, we got to bring that out. Habakkuk chapter 2. We need to start that 5. Because it said that empire had, it was the feet were iron, which represents the Roman Empire, and then the toes, which you can say is connected to it, had part of the iron and part of the clay. It had the strength of the iron, but it was also partly clay. The strength of the iron is the power of the military might, right? Because that's talking about NATO and the EU. It had the power of the military might, and that's why, as we read, who will make war with the beast, because when NATO was originally formed, it was formed to combat the Soviet Union. And like I said, it started off with 10 nations, but now it's like over 100-some nations, I think, that's involved with it. In fact, can you look that up, how many nations now are in NATO? And the idea of as the scripture says, they have one mind, is their belief system is what? The attack on one is the attack on all of us. So if any country there opposes that will, then everybody is inclined to get involved with the fight. That's why it also goes into when the scripture says, these shall hate the whore, right? And your mother shall hate you, because America's running basically NATO, you can say, right? She's sitting on it. But she's making all these poor, bad decisions that they're starting to hate her. And they're saying, like, I wish I never got into the bed with you. You got the answer on that?
Kind of. It says it's 32.
32 nations. So it went from 10 to 32. Right? And guess who's bringing themselves back into power? The big bad Russia. Which that's what Ezekiel 38 is talking about. When he said, I will bring upon thee an evil thought. The evil thought is that came upon Putin, that the Lord controlled, is what? I want to bring back my Soviet Union. That's the evil thought. And guess what he wanted to do? Conquer Ukraine, because Ukraine was a part of it.
Squeaky ass police vehicle.
Right? So that's what that whole thing back there is about. This is all prophecy coming in the past. This Roman Putin didn't just decide, I'm gonna make a move on Ukraine. The Lord put it in the spirit. He said, you have an evil thought, which is what? I'm gonna take Ukraine, bring back the Soviet Union, and I'm coming over there, America. That's all prophetic.
Right, just to name off a few, Albania, Belgium, which that was already in there, Bulgaria, Canada is now a part of NATO, Croatia, huh? Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, which that's already a part of that. The Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania. That's from where Andrew Tate from, Romania. You know.
Yeah.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, I started this. It reads, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's verse 5. Keep going.
Con.
Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunted proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay.
Right. And when you look up that word clay, it's the Hebrew word yatazabat, I believe, which means heavy debts. Right? So America has a very poor credit. Here it is. They say you need good credit to do this and that, but they themselves got shitty credit. Their debt is over $34 trillion. And I watched a Asian American, right, did a video on it, and he was breaking down what they basically said for the year. They're predicted to spend more than what they make, go into more debt, and they said that your tax money first goes to Ukraine and Israel, then the banks with bailouts, and then to try to help people with their student loan debt, which means the banks, because the banks are the ones that issue it out. So they're saying your money first goes to other countries, the banks, and then the banks, right? So that right there shows you, and then by the way, they shift the taxes from the burden of the rich to the poor. So people are getting taxed like a motherfucker now, while the rich go off free. And then the money that you would need for housing and whatnot, no, we got to give it to Ukraine and the state of Israel first. And then second, the banks. And then third, we got to help people with student loans, AKA the banks. They want their money back. So you last on the list, right? You last. And that's why people are drawing to conclusions. They don't want you to be free here. They want you enslaved in some way, shape, or form. And you got planned obsolescence, okay? Which that's one of my new favorite words, all right? I'll be at work. Then this just failed. I said, why planned obsolescence? It was designed to fail, you know? And they think I'm loud. I'm for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, like, it's like, bro, like, a lot of these new inventions, like, even these cell phones are designed to last a certain amount of time before they fail, and then you have to get a new one.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of the old stuff from the 50s and stuff, a lot of that shit is still functioning. You know, they, oh, we gotta update this. You know,
hey,
for
my
what?
HVAC system, I had to get in there because with my issue, which I already ordered a part, my fan was staying on, right? Even though my thermometer run my damn bill up. So I got in there, and my stuff was old, and people was telling me, even Mr. John, right? He telling me, man, you need a new system. Because it's old. But because it's old, I was able to get in there and find a problem. You know, I got a relay switch and get stuck because it's old and stuck. New part, $30 I ordered. You know, I asked a homie of mine, he like, yeah, that's the old stuff. And he reminded me that the new stuff today is everything's off a computer board, PC board.
Yeah.
So that PC board, if something go wrong or whatever, they just say, just replace the board, and you're looking at $200-300. Whereas that switch I got $30. And I told him, I said, so don't you think the old stuff is better? He's like, you can narrow the problem down. So exactly. So hey, I'm good with the old.
Not to date myself, but hell, I can remember we had the same telephone since I was in kindergarten all the way to high school. You know what I mean? You didn't. This is as the scriptures say, you know, everything is temporary. You know what I mean? And it's like times 100 because everything you get, like your brother said, your damn phones. How much are these phones going for? You know,
$1,000. Yeah.
It's crazy. And every year they come out with a new one.
Right.
And it's only just a little bit better, so you don't feel like you're getting cheated.
And eventually they out their own systems.
Right.
Eventually they out their own systems. So you're gonna have to upgrade.
And I was gonna add, like, you know, like especially with iPhone, I don't know how Android works, but every time they release a new iOS update, it slowly, gradually slows your phone down to be like, okay, you need to upgrade to this phone to get the max efficiency and stuff. But it's all a money marketing scheme, you know, because I know there's like, even with game systems, you know, they stop pumping certain games out for the old system to force you to buy the new system. You know, like with PlayStation 4, they stopped making all the new PlayStation games. They only made the new PlayStation games for the new PlayStation, you know? So they force you to buy the new PlayStation. They force you to buy the new Xbox. Like, even with cars, you know, they'll tell you, oh, your car is a piece of shit. You need to upgrade, get this. That's why you get these letters for Honda, Volkswagen, Chevy, you need an upgrade. You need an upgrade.
That's right.
You know.
And the new cars are trash. Okay, them
Man.
things are garbage.
I know.
Yeah, they look all high tech or whatever, but I didn't know that they did away with oil sticks, engine sticks. They just all sensors and stuff. Like, what the heck is that? You know what I'm saying? That seems like an unnecessary. You don't need it. Just come see us.
Yeah, exactly.
Just come see us. Right?
Like that Hyundai I had, I was just like, man, all this technology in this vehicle, let one thing go out, your whole car is shut down, man. You know, they pump so much technology into these vehicles that it's planned to fail. And they're gonna charge you $3,000 out the gate because of the technology, electrical problem, you know?
You buy a car,
I was just saying, one thing to make the chain reaction, the other thing,
Good.
but the
yeah, they change when you buy a used car now. You know, especially if it's got quote-unquote the technology package on it. You better buy a warranty. You know what I mean? Because if something happens, it's gonna cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 just to get the car back up.
Yeah, your headlight run out, and that's gonna cause a chain reaction for your transmission to go out, you know, your muffler to fall up. Like, god damn.
Or you and hey, when I had that '96 truck, you know how many times I had to change my headlight? Very simple. Screw, unplug, plug in. I don't even know what it takes now to change the fucking plug. Take the whole truck out.
Like, for my car,
I do that shit all the time.
for my car, I had looked up a video.
Like, man, I be cussing while I'm doing it too.
Yeah, for my car, they had told me, yeah, we gotta take the front bumper off and stuff like. You gotta do all that shit, man. That's a problem, man. That shit is really.
Trunk open, pop inside out.
You gotta turn the.
It was easy. I just screw, plug, bam. Now I don't even know what it takes. You know, don't worry, the bulb will last. Yeah, okay, till it go out. Oh, you want a new bulb? You gotta come see us.
Oh yeah.
Up for a fucking bulb, man? Yeah, you gotta come see us.
They charge you out your ass just for simple things, you know. Just like they want you to go back to the dealership. Like if you put any kind of modifications, LEDs on your vehicle, your damn light is on, you know, for simple things, you know. But you know that's the way for them to make their money, you know.
So this is you people don't realize, but hey, people starting to wake up. I watch videos like this every day just to remain low and humble with the poor, because I'm no different from them, really. Realistically, in this society, what do they say? Everybody's just one emergency away from being homeless. Only one paycheck away from being homeless. That's us, man, for real. Hey, then don't go to the emergency room. You
natural remedy.
Yeah. You suffering over here just to get. Before we hit up that damn store, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Don't everybody, you're one step away from being back in the hole. Right?
They continually to make it that way too.
On purpose. The system is based off of debt. That's what it's all based off of. Your credit score will go down if you be a good boy and pay all your bills at once. They're gonna say, well, we're gonna hurt you because we want to reward you for being more in debt. Because then that shows that we got money coming. As long as I say that I got people that owe me money, I'm looking like I'm successful. But I'm in debt my damn self, you know? But that's the illusion. You can keep reading on that.
Daniel 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue on to Daniel 2, and it says, whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron, and feet part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partially strong and partially broken.
Right, partially strong and partly broken. That's America, okay? Partly strong because they have the strength of the iron, which is the weaponry, but they're partly broken because they're economic, in debt, okay, in clay. And you can thank the Rothschild family. They started the reservation bank system, and they did away strategically with the gold system. They basically left you with no option. But so they control the money. They control the money. And when you do and when you find out how it works, you find out that you can never pay out because it's simple. If you need to borrow from the Federal Reserve, let's say $5 million, so you're like, okay, thank you, I got $5 million to feed my people. The bank's saying, we need that back with interest. Well, where is his interest money at? I don't have it. So I gotta ask you for more money to pay back interest and then I got to keep paying. It can never be fulfilled. You see, because of greed. So it's a system designed to fail. But the wicked elite, the families, they control that. That's why they did it, and they put other people in countries in snare by getting them used on the dollar. They have what they call an economic hitman, which is if they want to control a nation, right? Say like Africa, all they got to do is go over there and say, hey, listen, you got some good minerals and stuff over here. If you want, you can take a loan from us for the money to build some shit, and we'll help you build. Oh, okay, thanks. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna lend you the money. I'm gonna give you these workers, and now you gotta pay me back. Gotcha. Well, I can't pay you back. Oh, don't worry. Seize all operations to me, and that'll be considered cool. So now I just took control of you. Okay, I caused you to fall into debt, and in the end, you seize control of all operations to me anyway. So in the end, I control. That's what they call it, called economic hitman. They use the dollar to ensnare people.
Right.
Because, hey, we got the money and you don't. So you're gonna have to pay us. Well, I'm sorry, we can't pay you. Well, I got a better idea. Just give me the building. We get that about you. And we'll still keep some gold and silver and all that. So now I control you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they move. Right? But it said partly strong and partly broken. Another thing, Britain actually exited Europe not that long ago. They called it Brexit. That's prophecy as well. They saying we had enough and we're gonna pull out. That's being partly strong and partly broken. All right, so it's all biblical prophecy. Yes, sir.
Just got a quick one. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 22, and it reads: "Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, if thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury." Right? So you ain't supposed to take usury, charge interest to your brother. And that's what Esau Edom got wrong, because he don't believe in the scriptures. He charges his own people usury. And I mean, damn, like everybody got to pay interest on everything. Like you might get lucky, like here and there. They be like, yeah, if you pay this in this amount of time, it won't be interest. But for the most part, if you try to add on something to that credit card or whatever that wasn't the original balance, they're like, oh yeah, I got you, nigga. Now I can charge you usury now. Yeah.
That's how they make their money. Hey, when I paid for the little house or whatever, they told me right then and there. I'm like, because you could do like a 15-year loan, a 30-year loan, and they show you the layouts, right? Basically, you pay $500 a month, right? Or let's say even $1,000, because the shit higher as hell now. Let's say you pay $1,000 a month, right? On the loan, guess what? 9,000 of that, I say 9,000, 900 of that is 950 of that. That's going to interest.
That's crazy, man.
So $50 is going to your principal. So they tell you right then and there, this is how it works. And they look at it as like, nigga, you ain't got no money, so what you gonna do? You gonna agree to this. There's this woman that, Edomite couple, they bought the house and then a year later they gotta sell it. They can't afford it. But when she looked at the balance, she said out of a month of paying $2 grand a month, we've only paid $1,000. That's highway robbery, man. So $2,000 for 12 months, you paid $24,000. But actuality, you only paid $1,000. That's highway robbery, man. You getting robbed. And they saying this is the deal, because you ain't got no money.
Right, so you have to do it.
Exactly. It's a snare, right?
So like you'd be better off not even buying a house. Just buy an apartment.
Hey, even like you said, the credit cards, that's predatory as well. They're not just gonna send you mail, use my card, here's some money. No, the whole idea is that they hope you fall behind so that they can purposely ensnare you. All you gotta be is responsible. True, but it's a snare. Scripture says thief coming not but to steal, kill, and destroy. They're not just gonna give you free money to help you. They want you to use it, right? And now it's up to you to be responsible to use it right, because it will help you out. Right? The scripture says, can you get that for me? I ain't saying that. Yes, I did. Can you get that 1 Corinthians 7? Use it for work, not use it. Because everything we do, we off wisdom. So, like, say if you do get a house, you decide to pay, you know, I ain't gonna have to pay this shit anyway. This place gonna be destroyed. You can do that too. Car note or whatever. You know, I resist as long as I can. Like we were talking about, I resist as long as I can. And when I got the phone, which I don't remember what year this came, but oh, you don't want this phone? No, I want that one because that one don't have 5G. Well, you can get this phone and just take the 5G off. I don't want the capability, motherfucker. I want the 4G. But then my work phone is a 5G, so I got it any damn way. But still, I'm like, see, I still try to, you know, resist as long as I can. But at the end of the day, this damn devil gonna do what the fuck he do.
Yeah.
You know, it's still fucking.
Like Smith was talking to Neo on the Matrix. He's like, you feel it, Mr. Anderson, closing in on you? You know, hey. And shit, hey, like the system, the Matrix, trying to close in on us. Like, you trying to resist it, and it's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you're gonna have to make a choice. You know,
Final circle.
Right, or like the final battle between him and Smith. You know,
like people who own land, they come in to sabotage that, man. You know, they hate you the most because you off the grid. You ain't gotta pay nothing. They don't like that. This guy's free. Hell no, we need him in our system on our water supply. You know what I'm saying? They don't like. They coming after them, man. You know, there's an attack on farmers. Believe it or not, right?
You want to?
1 Corinthians 7, yeah.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 and 1.
5.
Chapter 5. Sorry.
Chapter 34.
This is chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so much cometh, that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
And that's what's going on.
As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, and that's even in Ezra. Right? Can you find that in Ezra about the birth pain?
The 16.
Yeah.
You still want that Job 13:4?
Yeah. In fact, you can go ahead and read that.
This is Job 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Exactly. Positions of no value. Because there's many things you could talk about in this society what you would say the right thing would be, but they're not going to do it. Right? So the right thing is that all these loans is burdening people like student loans, get rid of that. That would be a smart thing. They're going to say no because agree, we want our money, goddammit. Right? And they ain't going to ever get it, but they will still have you on the hook because of that. Hey, even in marriage, that's why you should not be getting legally married today. Okay? It's a snare.
It's certain ways around it though, but a lot of Jake is ignorant to the fact of getting around this. Like, I know, like, if you got like a repossession or something like on your credit, you can file Chapter 7. They can like wipe that away.
Student loans, you can't forget. Nothing can be. You can't forgive student loans. That's personal. They say that's a personal loan from the bank. That's why people stuck with it forever.
Yeah.
They ain't paying that shit off, man. And the bank don't give a damn. You know?
Even doing, if you do file bankruptcy, it's other stipulations within that can screw you over. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the student loans in particular, they can't be forgiven. You can't file a chapter on it. So this is crazy. You know, people getting sold a dream, they got these degrees, means nothing. And at the end of the day, they applying to target. Okay? And they realize, like, what the heck? Why can't I do this, do that? Because they praying, it's predatory.
Yeah.
They know damn well the psychology, sociology, gender studies, study humanity, all that shit don't mean shit in real life. At the end of the day, you got bills, right? And what do you expect to do with that? Nothing. They like, I don't care. You got a loan, you owe us money, so now we gonna get paid, right? And they want you in debt. That's what because if you owe them, you gonna go to work and you gonna be good at your job, and that's what they want. You to work. They want you to be a damn slave.
Right.
That's why you have to take your mind away from the society, because the more you try to be free, the more they try to snare you.
Yeah.
And all it takes is maybe one trip to the hospital, one little emergency, something come up, and they want you back in the hole. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, what did Agent Smith say again? He said, we're not here because we're free, we're here because we're not free. Hey.
The goal is to keep you as a servant, and that's what that trip is going to be.
Slave.
That's a society.
A slave to the system, man.
Yeah, so they don't want you
Matrix.
to be free. They don't want you to be free. You are an enemy if you are free. Financial freedom, you literally achieve your own land, animals, all that. You are a problem.
Right.
Okay, they're going to have to come and deal with you. They need you in the system in 15-minute seats. Going to work, paying the taxes. That's what they need. That's what they want. No growing your own food. Okay? No, none of that. Slavery. That's what they want. That's what the Bible prophesies. Their physicians are no value. You can't talk about natural remedies that attacking the system of money. This is money you're talking about. Their system. Okay?
Yep.
And you are of no value, Slocky, because your goal is to seek health for all.
Right.
I was in the medical field, man, and I talked about natural remedy. The whole room got pissed off.
Exodus Hill being in there.
Because they look at that as, that's a threat to my lifestyle. First of all, this ain't going nowhere. But you would think that the good things and the knowledge that actually help people would be pushed. No, they're going to suppress that. They want
right.
full monopoly over everything. You know?
Yeah, and then let you start growing fruits and vegetables on your own terms. You know, they're going to demonize you, man. Make you out to be somebody that's trying to poison people or something like that. The whole time, the true poison is coming from your doctors, man. You know? They want to put you on these medicines and all that that's really, really killing you, you know? Because one, it might be helping the problem, but at the same time, it's destroying something in your body, you know? Like that is going to show you why the Lord said they are physicians of no value, just like with Dr. Fauci, man.
Yeah, I was holding it earlier.
Yeah, he been found out to be a fraud, man, which we all knew he was, man. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, even like you said, the gates of hell. And one of the recent things he said those who grow their own gardens is putting the earth at risk. They said their method is more cleaner.
Oh.
And what you're doing is endangering the earth.
But they can go to the Amazonian forest and burn all those trees. And for what reason, though, man? Deforestation, when clearly the trees have enough benefit for the earth. Yeah. Trees provide oxygen, they provide shade, they cool down the areas. You take the trees away, the area become more hotter.
They
man.
provide homes for these different animals,
exactly.
like squirrels and
monkeys.
Right, monkeys, birds.
And they need those.
Okay, and it's been a study that 20% of the world's oxygen comes from the rainforest. You know, 20%. Like that's almost a fourth of the world's oxygen.
And that causes animals to be shifted outside of their natural habitat, which invades our place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you're destroying their homes, and those animals are territorial. So everybody's fighting for the same piece, which causes them to be driven into what?
Quiet as it's kept. That's why you see in most of these brand new subdivisions, why you see these damn bears.
That's right.
Roll through your neighborhood and you got all these deer in your backyard. Oh, look at
They property.
Well, you know, you got foxes. You know, I've seen foxes in my neighborhood. You know, whole family. Yeah. You know, so they're taking them, they're stripping the earth. You know, of its resources. You know, which includes, like I say, the habitation for the animals.
And you might get mad at the damn bear, but if the bear can talk, you can say, look, blame the damn white man. Okay?
Yeah, like it was this meme that I saw. It was the white man and the monkey. It said, the white man said to the monkey, "You're such a dumb creature." The monkey said, "You're the only creature that pays to live on Earth." Right? So, Khan, And shit, that's pretty much what Esau Edom did, you know, to life. Like, why the hell you gotta pay for water, and water is a natural resource.
Right.
Like you have to pay for wood, and wood is a natural resource.
Just
You know, like it's like that's how you build homes. You build homes and boats from wood. All right, carriages.
homes.
Yeah, right. That was the first one I mentioned.
And you energy, the Lord gives it to us for free every day. For free. You know?
Hey, them trees hold electricity, man. This that video of that one guy, I think in South America, man, he made outlets from the trees, man. Wrap some copper wire around them, put an outlet on it, and people can charge their phone off of that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's another secret. Hey, most people don't even know. I work with them. They were surprised when I told them about that light bulb that's still burning that's been built in 1905 in California in a fire station. I didn't think that was possible. Of course it's possible. The Most High creates things that work.
Right.
They create things that don't only last for a certain time to prevent before sales. But the Lord provides the free energy every day. The things we pay for, water, electricity, gas, all that's free. That comes. The Lord gives that for free. But the devil wants to monopolize it.
So,
Right.
It's all free that the Lord gives it to us every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that remind me of that quote that Jedi had said. How he basically explained that during their time, basically they lived everything off for free and they spent all day playing with their family and having sex. Now,
Oh, yeah.
look at, you know, if you can find a quote, I don't know how it goes exactly. I know I shared it at one point. But he was like, so you want to talk about us and how we were uncivilized savages or
Yeah,
whatever.
he say he dumb to think you can create a better society than that.
Yeah.
You know, say the women was cleaning and cooking, the men was hunting and fishing. All they had so,
You got that quote?
yeah, I got it right here. This one.
Yeah. Hey, read it. Go ahead and read that.
It says, where white man went wrong. Indian chief Two Eagles was asked by a white U.S. government official, you have observed the white man for 90 years. You've seen his wars and his technological advances. You've seen his progress and the damages he's done. The chief nodded in agreement. The officials continued, considering all these events, in your opinion, where did the white man go wrong? The chief started at the government official, then replied, when white man find land, Indians running it. No taxes, no debt. Plenty buffalo, plenty beaver. Clean water. Woman did all the work. Medicine, man free. Indian man spent all day hunting and fishing. All night having sex.
See, that's life,
Right.
you can say, right? You can't beat that. Here comes the devil. You need to pay for this, pay for that, break up the families or whatever. So this is proof you Edomites are horrible at rulers, okay? You literally went ass backwards out of greed and your pride. And you saying, I don't care, you want literally the whole world to your fucking self. That's how much this man's a devil. The country and the open lands for us, y'all need to be stacked up in apartments, okay, with UBIs, universal basic income, monthly allowances. Not only that, we're gonna watch it, okay? You don't need to eat real food.
with some morsel of meat.
Yeah. And take your meds every day. And don't need to leave more than 15 minutes of the city. Y'all in that life are with chips while we are living free and we got the whole land of our fucking self. You see, this man is diabolical. The Lord literally created all this and gave it to us for free. Like we were talking about the wood. I'm amazed because I saw a video of this elephant knocking a tree down. It's like, I want that grass. Knock the damn tree down. But if you look at how we gotta take tree down, you gotta get a fucking excavator and they like a mud. I'm like, damn, that elephant just knocked the motherfucker down. And just to pull up a stump, we gotta wrap this, wrap that. Whereas really you can just call it elephant, knock it, look, knock this tree down. You know what I'm saying? But it just shows you, because trees are heavy and hard, right? Like, damn, so you can plant one little seed. That one little seed can bring forth a tree, and that tree can provide wood for a home. The Lord literally provided us with everything for free. But here comes the devil. Nope, we got to control and restrict and control. And we need to control the people. That's why they're going to bring that microchip.
Man, the devil, he even want to control your sex drive. Like, that's why he went to Eve. You know, Adam can't have more than one wife. You know, you a queen. You can do bad all by yourself. You don't need that nigga. You know? The Old Testament of the Bible done away with. You know, King David went off by having more than one woman. No, man. And it's like that's why the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American families are destroyed, especially the Southern Kingdom. They destroy because of what? Feminism. Because that brings forth death.
And let's say if there's any sisters or women watching now, you probably agree all the way up until now. See, I was agreeing with you all the way up until you said more than one wife. See, what you fail to realize is that everything this white man pushed was the opposite of nature.
Right, and when you look at like polygamy, like that helps you too. That means you got somebody to help you cook, somebody to help you clean. You got somebody to watch the kids.
Trustworthy.
Right, that's trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people they be paying for babysitters, they be spending what? Thousands of dollars a month on fucking babysitters. When all that man needed was just another woman. That's it. Like, you know how much money that you can save?
That's how you build an empire.
Right. If you have two or three wives, especially if they bringing they income into one household, you know, like you can pretty much buy a house.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said it because I've been meaning to do a lesson on that. But the origins of babysitter was scarce. Like, it was really just for women that lost their husbands and stuff like that. It wasn't meant to be a norm, you know? But now they're overloaded. So now people are paying basically 50% of their salary just on babies.
Right.
So the whole thing is backed up. And this is how you know your woman don't believe. Because she would call the white man the devil this, doing this and this. But when it comes to, and he even messed up the order of man and woman. Well, I just don't think. Yeah, now you don't think. I don't think a man's supposed to have order. Oh, now, so you agree with the white man when it comes to this.
Right, so it's all based off of power, you know? Right, because the Israelite man don't have no power. Women respect power, power and money. If you get that, you can convince a woman to do anything, regardless if it's on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. But when we gonna do it, it's gonna be in righteousness.
That's right, everything's gonna go back to its natural estate. And yes, multiple wives is a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you to get some.
Psalms 104, 103. Where it's talking about the animals get their meat.
Start from the top of the song.
103.
And then we end it on 2nd Ezra 11. Toward the end. The earth got to be healed. Everything we talking about is greed. And I think even Gandhi said that the earth can contain the people, but it can't contain the greed, people's greed or something like that. But you're telling the truth, okay? Because the greed of the people, which is the wicked elitists, we want everything to ourselves. That's what it's all about. Greed. And we're telling you that Donald Trump is just another puppet that is going to usher in the New World Order, which is the image of the beast, you could say. It's on your dollar, okay? And the microchip. That chip is going to symbolize your allegiance to the system, that you've given your body over to Satan, and you are allowing him to be your Lord. You don't have to, you got to grow you have to ask for the faith to be able to say no in that day, because they're going to cut off all areas. Don't think there ain't an area that they ain't going to go cut off. Like we talking about the ID to fly, right? You might say, that's cool, I'll just travel. You don't think Esau know that he going to have to shut that down too? Set up checkpoints in every area? Just to even leave, you're going to have to show paperwork just to leave. What you leaving for and why? Maybe because I want to? How about that? Nope, you need a good reason. And it gotta be verified first, right? So they want to control everything, freedom, privacy. And when they issue that chip, they're going to say you can't work or even live unless you take this chip. And if you don't have the faith to refuse it and let the Lord protect you in that day, you're going to take it out of fear and you're going to be destroyed.
Psalms 103, right?
Yep.
Starting at the top. This is the book of Psalms 103 and verse 1. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thy iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. Yahweh executed righteousness and judgment for all that oppress. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. Yahweh is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. He would have not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so Yahweh pitieth them that fear him. For he knoweth our frame, he remembereth that we are dust. As for man, his days are as grass, as flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and one place shall know it no more. But the mercy of Yahweh is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to them those that remember his commandments to do them. Yahweh hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Bless Yahweh ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of the word. Bless ye Yahweh all ye his hosts, ye minister of his that do his pleasure. Bless Yahweh all his works, in all places his dominion. Bless Yahweh, O my soul.
That's right, that's good. I think Psalms 141, but that's good though. Exactly, our Lord is a merciful power. Alright? And it's going to show mercy to us in the end, because that's what we need. The animals, the creatures, everything in the waters, they all asking the Lord to establish righteousness on the earth, because they're all suffering. Everybody is suffering as of right now under the rulership of this man, this devil. Okay? Now all of a sudden cows are a threat to the earth. Cows, bees, because they poop, because they fart. Wow. And bees are dangerous too. See what I'm saying? This man's the devil and he must be stopped. And all the creatures, they're gonna, hey, I saw a video, man, they trying to eliminate flies, man. They actually taking these flies and sterilizing them. And I'm like, and they do like millions of flies a year, because they saying these flies are just too dangerous that they just need to be extinct. And it's like, that'll never work, because the Most High gonna make sure that it's gonna work. But that just goes to show you, they got a whole business trying to eliminate flies, a certain fly.
And look, you could try as you must, Esau, but at the same time, the Lord even said that he shortened the days, you know, and basically so that all flesh can make it, you know, because you devils gonna try it, you know, try to extinct everything that has a benefit. No matter how annoying a fly is, it has its benefit, man. Right. You know, just like that video of that dog chasing that small hat, man. That's just a foreshadow to what's gonna happen to you fuckers in the kingdom, man. A dog is just small. You're gonna get chased by wolves, lions, bears, rhinos, elephants, horses, you know, praying mantises and everything, man. You know? Because you deserve that, man.
It's Romans 8 and 22, and it reads, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." Right? So creation is groaning. Like when you groan, that means you like are screaming out in pain. Right, because yeah, everything is screaming out in pain. Why? Because you so-called white people are ruling. You know, like this shit is not normal. This is an artificial society. Okay? We all just a bunch of hamsters in a wheel that's feeding the elites, you know, ultimately, you know, the small hats. This is artificial. This is not natural. This is not a natural way of living. Nothing here is natural. You know, like they didn't drink water out of damn plastic bottles 2,000 years ago. You know? They didn't have plastic rice or GMO foods 2,000 years ago. That's right. Like, right, yeah. Every single woman that you talk to wasn't a damn hoe. But now, shit, every single woman that you talk to, at least have been with 15 men. All right. Right. Yeah. No more virgins. These niggas these damn devils polluted everything, man. Everything. You know, it's not even natural. Okay.
Yeah. It's all fucked up. Because a man natural pleasures, he goes and he finds out that's corrupt. It's corrupt.
Right.
So it's like, well, goddamn. Because they wondering why they can't get people to work these long hours anymore and construction and stuff because the drive is gone, man. Back then, a man had control over his family, and he wanted to go to work those long hours because he had control over it. If he don't have control over it, shit, why am I working this hard? Just to give it to this bitch?
Right. Like, who can cheat on me and take half of my earnings?
Well, he got him on child support, which is an unrighteous decree.
Right.
It's a wicked decree. So he'll change his jobs and say, fuck it, I'm going to go this route because the hell with this. And now people don't even marry anymore. They're smart. No man should legally marry today at all. If you do, you're ignorant.
Right. Like here it is. You know, that's the norm now is podcasts talking about the dynamics between men and women. Like in the 50s, they weren't talking about this shit, man. They was all like, hey, I met a nice woman. We finna get married, finna have kids, finna move into a house. I got a nice job. Boom, that's it.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You said it already. So,
Okay.
you know, a man back then, you know, you had what was called the livable wage. Like, you no longer have it. Right? Where the man was the one, he could at that time go out and work, okay, and his wife stayed at home and raised the children. But you don't have a livable wage anymore.
Women still expecting that.
Right. I mean, that doesn't exist anymore because just like we went into a little while ago, when we came out of the 40s, that's when that period between 1944, 45 up to 1970, 69, 70, that was the golden era here in Babylon because even Jake was doing good back then because you had all these plants, you had all these foundries, so
right.
You had the rubber factory, the glass house, you had GM, you had Chrysler, you had Ford, you had the railroads, you had all of these. You could walk down the street, pick any job you want, right?
Right.
And a man was making enough money that he could take care and support his children, buy him a new Lincoln every year, and put his kids through college. Hey man, like you said, when we get to the point of 1969, 70, Nixon took away the gold standard, the silver standard, so on and so forth, this fucking place started going down. And then that's when these women start acting up because now feminism hit in the 1960s, right? So they overlapped each other until the women got into the workforce to where these devils could tax you and your woman now.
Right.
See? And then they want to get their hands on your children with the Board of Education and put you in school. By the time you were 5 years old, you went to something known as kindergarten, right? Which is an indoctrination period.
Right.
Which taught you how to move for the rest of your day by bells.
Right.
You started class by bell. You changed periods by bell. You went to lunch by bell.
That's right.
By bell. What other institution is like that? The fucking penitentiary.
Right. Right. And these kids, they ain't learning shit no more.
You know, so
you know?
Yeah, this whole fucking place is falling down, man.
Right. Yeah, kids in class learning about isosceles triangles and all that shit that you're not gonna be able to use in the real world unless you a construction worker or an engineer. That's the only way how you should be learning about those types of things.
Transgender.
Right, Karen. I was just finna say that. Like, that's what they learning now.
And don't think we just being conspiracy. No, they actually have it on the books. They have their quotes. When the Rockefeller funded the school board, they have the quotes. They did the math. If your child is within another person's company 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, they're at school in someone else's company more than they are at you. So they use that time period to counteract your influence. They got laws in California saying that the child don't have to tell the mother or the parent how they feel sexually or whatever. So you send your kids off to school and they get indoctrinated. They already have this in the works, in the books. They wrote his quote. All you gotta do is look it up. Who funded the school board? And you're gonna get all these names. And you're gonna get the Rockefellers and the other names. And they're gonna tell you the origins is what? Indoctrinate the people, the children at a young age. They're coming after your children. They want them from birth, indoctrinated to be a slave. They're trying to close all the loops. So now having children is a snare. That's a burden.
Right.
You know? Having families, all that's a burden, like you said.
I mean, just from the inside out, like your woman polluted. She believed that men and women are equal. No words that in the scriptures, man. Your children polluted. You know, they got these different types of rappers and stuff that they looking up to.
Right.
That's rapping about drugs and putting tattoos on their face and got blind dreads. Yeah, like Sexy Red was her ass from St. Louis. Yeah, hey, imagine somebody like that, but in large numbers. You can't even imagine it, can you? Yeah, welcome to St. Louis. You know?
It's a society and it's also designed to counteract the male influence, the strong male influence.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, your wife don't respect you, your daughter don't respect you, your family don't respect you. Okay, because you're speaking righteous, and they like the system. So that's why you're gonna always clash or have odds. At the end of the day, they're women, and the society is giving them a lot of benefits for going against the scriptures. So that if you come in with some knowledge or some truth, and you try to talk about the truth of the matter, they're gonna feel against it because at the end of the day, they still support.
Right.
Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife. Okay? Lot was vexed, not the woman. Okay, the man was vexed. She was okay. Why wouldn't she? She don't know nothing.
They love the chaos and drama of wicked society, man. Just point blank, you know. You got a lot of them talking about a properly and righteous functioning society is oppression. What the hell?
Yeah, and especially the Israelite man, because we get it the worst. Any type of strong Israelite man is in like any type of social environment or like a job, they do everything in their power to get them out of there, to put pressure on them, everything, you know. And what they, especially the Israelite man, but just men in general, like how can you build a society without strong men? You know, it's impossible. That's why a lot of these kids, they don't want to fight in this damn war that's about to get ready to happen. You know, because you infeminized them. You told them that it was okay to wear dresses and play with dolls, and you know, gender and sex is two different things, which they one and the same. If you a man, you a man.
Yeah, and they also know that it's just bullshit. Why they doing it?
Right.
All they dirty deeds came out. These the children that's complaining about the godly fathers.
Right. Yeah, and like like a lot of these Transformers was all like, the only thing I needed was just a hug. You know, like that's all I needed. And you had that one woman was all like, I'm gonna get up here and scream. Y'all remember that she was screaming at the top of her lungs? Yeah, because she was in agony and pain because the people that was above her manipulated her into thinking that was okay. You know, and it wasn't.
Now it goes back to the hook nose, small head. They laugh. Because now you permanently damaged, psychologically damaged. You're no threat to them.
Right. And now you have to be destroyed because the scripture says that a man is wounded in his stones cannot come into the congregation, because like when your manhood is taken away from you, like they messes with your psychology. You know, you psychologically damaged for the rest of your life. You know, like you don't even feel like a man.
Even more wicked, you can actually go to school to learn how to do it. So they will teach you how to do the operation and pay you to do it. Wicked, you know. And those are the places that have the most high-tech security gated off, because they know that you got to be a demon to be in there. Somebody with some sense might go in there and be like, I'm about to bring this whole motherfucker shit.
Yeah, carrying a gas can in the corner.
We'll end it on that 1 Corinthians 7 if we got that.
Yeah, I got it.
This is what it all boils down to, man. When you understand that this society is done, that's why it's got to be destroyed, because we can go on and on about how this is just a wicked society. The ultimate end is that it has to be destroyed. Okay?
That's right.
In 1 Corinthians 7:31, and they that use this world and not as abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I will have you without carefulness, that he that is unmarried carry for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married carry for the things of the world, how he may please his wife.
What is using the word, not abusing it? What's the verse above it?
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Verse 31.
What does it say above it?
Verse 30. And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not as abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
Exactly. So we moving into a mindset of wisdom and circumspect. We know that this world is going to pass away. We know this man's the devil with the credit system and the card notes and all that, but there's times when we have to do those things. But we understand this shit gonna fall anyway. So we don't have any ground, we don't have anything grounded and rooted in this society. Okay? We have the mindset of a pilgrim, which will save your life. Less stress, because you know that everything's temporal. Nothing's permanent. Right? So we use the world but don't abuse it. Though they weep not, meaning, you know, you hurting, but you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep going, you gotta keep looking ahead. Okay? You know, because it's all fashion. Alright? Temporal. That's what all of it is. So this place gotta be destroyed. Okay? The mark of the beast is the chip. That's gonna be the Donald Trump. That's the image of the beast. Moving forward, just more restrictions, more lockdowns, more control. You understand? Y'all got anything else? So with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Shalom.
Shalom.